time for Wild Wednesday. Each week we like to check in with Colorado Parks and Wildlife. We're joined now with Joey Livingston with CPW. Thanks so much for being here as always, Joey.
And our first topic in about 1 week, photographers, they're going to have the chance to submit photos for the photography issue of Colorado Outdoors. So Joey, talk about this opportunity and what this edition has to offer, because I've seen the previous versions and wow.
Yeah, so Colorado Outdoors is a bi-monthly printed edition of a magazine that CPW produces. The November-December issue is dedicated solely to photography. And so we reach out and ask for photographers to submit wildlife photos, and we'll showcase them in this magazine.
These are previous ones playing right now, and I mean, it is something, I hate to compare it, but I think National Geographic quality when I look at this.
Amazing.
There's some very amazing photos in there. It's one of my favorites. We do ask that you use all your ethics, wildlife ethics, keep your distance, don't trespass, and we want wild animals as well, Colorado animals and Colorado landscapes.
We're gonna have to show some of those once we get them in. That is so cool. Okay, well, recently CPW held the annual bighorn sheep count on Pikes Peak, and little did we know you actually shot this video of the sheep. So tell us about this. What's the purpose?
Yeah, so this was an early morning. We met at the office at 3:30 a.m. to get out on the peak to be out there hiking. Yeah, this video's through a spotting scope, so these sheep were several hundred yards away. So tough to get a video like that.
I bet.
But you know, it's a huge. It's great for CPW. We need to go out and monitor these sheep. This is a legacy herd that's been around for thousands of years.
Oh my gosh.
Very important to the sustainability of sheep in Colorado as they're facing threats from habitat destruction and disease. Very important for us to keep tabs on this. This is a huge event that we do every year all across the state, but specifically this one here in Pikes Peak is very important. We get dozens of volunteers out there as well, so it's one of the cool volunteer opportunities we have with CPW.
I'm curious, any bighorn sheep you see on Pikes Peak, are they part of that legacy herd?
Yes, they are.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, so interesting. I learned something new every week with you, Joey. Last thing I want to touch on, sometimes we share video just because it's good video. Nothing more than that, but check this out. So recently, the Northeast region shared a video of a marmot release, and I didn't know this, but that's the mascot for Staunton State Park. That's off of 285 southwest of Denver. Let's just talk about this marmot release. And also, they host a marmot fest.
They do, yeah. Like you said, it's the mascot of Staunton State Park, one of our great state parks we have west of Denver. But this marmot was in a garage in Wheat Ridge, so it hitched a ride from somewhere and gotten loose in the garage. This happens quite often with marmots. They get a little bit habituated to people if people are feeding them in certain places. We see this, I worked in Colorado Springs for a long time. We'd see this every once in a while with Pikes Peak. Someone would go up to the peak and hop into a vehical, catch a ride down into town, and we'd end up having to relocate it back down.
I can't imagine just looking in the back seat and there's a marmot.
Yeah.
No, well, hey, Joey, thank you again for all the insight and info. Now, look, if you're a photographer, you've got a friend who's a photographer, all the information on submitting your photos for that issue, really easy to hit up. KKTV.com. Click that Find It tab. I've got a link there, but I'm looking forward to next week already. Joey, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Joey.